Title: The Man Who Turned Fortune into Family. There was once a man named Elijah who had lost everything: his job, his home, his family ties. Life, it seemed, had closed every door on him. He wandered the streets with nothing but the clothes on his back and the weight of disappointment in his heart. At night he slept under bridges or in the corners of crowded shelters. In the day, he survived off the kindness of strangers or by sharing what little he had with those who were just as destitute as him. And in that darkness, Elijah discovered something unexpected: true friendship. The men and women he met on the streets didn't care about his past, his failures, or his empty pockets. They cared about keeping each other warm when the wind cut through their bones, about sharing food when there was barely enough, and about lending an ear when loneliness hit harder than hunger. For the first time, Elijah understood what it meant to belong. One cold evening, as Elijah dug through his pocket, he found a $1 bill, his last. He stood in front of a convenience store window, staring at the colorful scratch-off tickets glowing under the fluorescent light. A laugh escaped him. "What's the use?" he muttered, but something inside whispered, "Why not?" With nothing left to lose, Elijah pushed the $1 across the counter and bought one ticket. He scratched it under the flickering street lamp. At first, he thought his tired eyes were playing tricks on him. Then, as the reality sank in, Elijah dropped to his knees, tears pouring down his face. He had won the lottery, millions. But instead of running away from the life he had known, Elijah ran back to it. He sought out every friend who had shared their bread with him, every soul who had lifted him when he was down. To them he said, "This win isn't mine. It's ours." With his newfound fortune, Elijah built something the world had never seen before. A sprawling community that could house hundreds of thousands of homeless people. It wasn't just shelter. It had schools, job training centers, clinics, kitchens, and gardens. It was a place where people could reclaim dignity, rebuild their lives, and find hope. He named it the Haven. Elijah never called himself a savior. He lived among the very people he helped, eating at the same tables, listening to their stories, and laughing beside them. Wealth had not changed his heart. It had only given him the power to multiply the kindness he had once known in his darkest hours. Years later, people would speak of Elijah not as the man who won the lottery, but as the man who